Alright. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go no, I didn't want that. I did not want that. That is not good. Did I leave something un... Hang on. Alright, so I can... Is that gonna... Alright, well, I don't think I really used that button for a whole lot other than... I don't really know what I used that button for. It's ironic that I played this long and I actually never actually... Don't know if I actually used that button for anything. Switch tool. Rotate. What was this before? Like, what was it? What was it before? Was it anything? Okay, so it wasn't anything, so... So yeah. I guess it's that now. Alright. Apply and close. Resume. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties, as you well know. But that's actually going to be convenient for getting them quality screenshots now. So we need to make some money. That's one thing we need to do. But we also need to figure out what we need to do to, like, where are we at in terms of like development? Like I need it. Like I know this is probably one of my least like loved things that people watch me do all the time. So we're at 16. We're at 37 there. What does that mean in terms of stuff, new stuff for us? It's all slowed down to a crawl. That's the big problem. So how do we deal with that? Well, rocket launches are one option, I suppose, but we can only do so much of that without messing ourselves up too. I really like this view. Like, I might keep this here, honestly, after we build the lake base, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I just really like the view, guys. I think it's aesthetically pleasing. Alright. We do need to build better bases, though. This whole putting monitors on the floor thing. What are we, Neanderthals? Alright, we got... Okay, sweet. Okay. I also have to think about, this just occurred to me, but the other thing I should think about building into my lake base, if it's going to be my main base, is the equivalent of a command center, guys, right? Like, we got to have a command post for ourselves so that we can set up somewhere and monitor all the things that are happening on this world. And I want that space to be aesthetically pleasing. Which means we're going to have to get creative with our monitors and stuff, and we're going to have to figure out where we're going to put our monitors so that we can keep an eye on things while we're working. For now, though, there's no sense in not having the monitors around, guys. That's not bad looking. It's decent. In fact, I'd buy that for $1. Plus, it's high up enough I don't have to muck about with this too much. So what's in this container? What do I have? So I said I was going to build some more tree spreaders, potentially. Oxygen plants, that'll give us a boost there. So we need super alloy. Hang on. So it's super alloy, zeolite, bacteria, and tree bark. we have the other thing, which is the tier 2 bag of fertilizer. One of these days, remind me, guys, I need to stop and just double check what Oh, you know what I didn't do, guys, last episode? This just reminds me, guys, and I apologize. I'm getting a little off track here, but we need to check something real quick. So, oh, okay, so that's what it did. Okay, so map information, what it did, guys, if you haven't, can't tell, is it gave us indicators of where we can find various resources, and I'm assuming some of these are indicators of the mines that are represented by these resources. For example, this here area here where we know there's lost sulfuric gas or whatever there's a sulfur mine there. We can plunk down a ore extractor and we get sulfur. Tier 2 or tier 3 ideally, so we just get the sulfur, get just sulfur. Zeolite here, which is probably that area with the glowing white rocks. Not the outdoors area, but the cave, right? Because here's the osmium mines, and this is the zeolite area that's behind the osmium. And over here is our iridium, which is kind of ironic considering we can't get directly there from the but it's fine because we go through the sulfur area. And over here we got the where we plunk down the tier 2 extractors for the super alloy, right? So that's handy. Looks like there's more osmium over here, guys. What's this down here? Cobalt. Okay. Sorry, I'm just zooming in and out real fast, guys, but I'm just kind of getting a sense of where stuff is. So we know that's an obsidian area. There's a lot of, actually, now that I'm looking at it, there's a lot of osmium areas. Now here's my question. Is there an area where we can get pulsar quartz? There's more iridium up there. Wow, there's a ton of osmium mines, guys. Oh, there's uranium. We could definitely probably, if we need to, we could go in on more uranium, nuclear reactors. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But this is helpful. This is very helpful. Actually, hang on. Right there, guys. That mark is gone too. Now that I look at it. Like there was a blue mark over here a couple episodes back. You can see it on on the video capture, right? But there's a sulfur mine right here that I didn't know about. So there's that. We need to get some water. Oops. Went too far. I wish this were a little lower. Alright. Need some beans. Fill up on oxygen. We were headed up to the cliff to see about super alloy and something else, zeolite, and we're gonna have to get tree bark from somewhere. I'm thinking more and more, guys, we need to build a tier 2 biodome that's gonna generate tree bark for us over here as opposed to having to go all the way over there. We won't need this here. It'll be more for aesthetics at this location once we have our teleporters. But for now, we gotta kind of go with it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we got plenty of super alloy. We need bacteria samples and zeolite. I don't think we're gonna find bacteria samples up here, but we'll probably find some zeolite somewhere. Hopefully. Oh, you know what? I said that, but there you go. We honestly probably don't need. We only really have one tree seed right now, so we need to make more, right? We need a DNA manipulator for that. So, did I ever put? No. Okay. So. I'm also gonna have to start really kind of doubling down on upgrading my storage at some point here soon, because the need is becoming stronger and stronger. I don't know where I put that fuse. but so in the short term, 2 fertilizer, super alloy, 2 bacteria samples, which we can actually probably make fairly easily. Okay, guys, I saw this. I saw the green here, and I thought that was a root, and I stopped suddenly because I was thinking, oh, there's some zeolite right there growing off that root. No, not at all. Not at all. All right, so back here, what's in here? Okay, stuff we do not need right now. So just gonna bypass that and keep moving forward here. Still ice down here. Wow, this filled in quite nicely. And I said earlier, didn't I, guys, that this was probably going to fill up with water at some point because I had thought that this was these low-lying areas, these pool areas, were probably prime for water to flow into this part of the cave, right, and settle into these low-lying areas. So yeah, called that one, I guess you could say. Didn't I build a shelter over here? I'm pretty sure. Yep. Every once in a while, I just gotta rotate through these shelters and see what's in them. Gotta make sure I don't leave any good stuff behind. Oh, there's another heat multiplier fuse. There's the zeolite we need. Alright, so tree spreader. Now we just need tree bark, which I doubt we're gonna get right now, so let's see, put that back, get the waters at least. We can at least put the waters together right now. Alright, so eventually at some point we'll come back for some of this stuff, if not all of it, but right now it's not important to us. That was just a really cool, like the sand falling, like raining down, like just a really cool like waterfall effect there. Like pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. I really like that. Alright, get some artificial lighting from the rocks here so we don't need our own flashlight to be able to see through. How's it darker outside than it is in a cave? Think about that, guys. And I will point out, guys, as you can see down there, we have an island now in the middle here. So that's something. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so dark down here. Holy crap. It is so dark. Like, it's not even where I am, it's just, it's dark. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good day-night cycle as much as the next person, but this is a little too dark, guys. I can hardly see in front of my face, and I don't think my viewers can either. Oh, more super alloy here? There's sulfur here too. I can always use more sulfur. What's in this one? Nothing. Okay. So did we clear all that out? This is, I think, maybe one of the bunkers where I said that I thought there was, where I was saying, like, you know, there's definitely, like, there were false walls and stuff. Guys, in case you didn't know, the reason I always rotate off my disassembler function is because I am the king, the the king of getting stuck on roofs, the rooftops of my own buildings, because don't I don't think before I click, and then I end up stuck on a roof because I disassembled my only exit, or I get stuck inside I get stuck inside the container because I was dumb and I disassembled my own exit. There's a lot of like aluminum down here. I'm sorry, not aluminum. Who am I kidding? There's a lot of super alloy that I just left down here, guys. And among other things, I mean, I'm not saying there's not a use for iridium rods still, so there definitely is, most certainly. All right, fine. There we go. Pick that back up. Like sometimes you don't have enough room to carry everything, so you just gotta kind of pick and choose what you're gonna take with you for the time being. I think I'm gonna just take what I have for right now. And like I said, you know, it may be a while before we come back for some of the stuff, but we will come back. Again, here, as you can see, guys, this is another one of Ikelis's bases, possibly the most expansive one. I mean, this seems large for one person. I mean, not that I'm one to talk. I mean, shoot, I'm Mr. Build It Big, right? So, yeah, there's that. All right, moving on. So we need tree bark. Oh wow, this area greened up quite a bit. I'm actually surprised considering there's not a lot of water here, so... Huh, we'll have to come check on this area, guys. I'm kind of curious what this will turn into. We do also have this down here where I found there's a blockage down there, guys. Further down, and we do have a couple of explosives we could use. So maybe that's something we're gonna do here soon enough. We'll try blowing that open and seeing what's down there. Might lead us to a whole new world. Find out one way or another. Oh, and look at this. So there used to be an iceberg here too. So, oh, it's not quite gone, but it definitely is not as big as, I mean, it used to be up here, right? It used to be all the way up here. Now it's melted substantially. I mean, there's a lot less ice. Okay. Okay. What did I think was going to happen? Like I was going to just be able to allow it to fly across the crater here. Yeah, right. Like that ever happened. Yeah, there's just tons of stuff I just had to leave behind on previous trips because of space, limitations on my space. But yeah, we're definitely coming back here, guys. We're going to have to find out more about, because you can see trees down there. Like, there's definitely growth down there around the ice. But I'm surprised there's growth, but there's growth. So we're going to have to come check this back out again sometime in the future, guys. Where's this go? Does this go anywhere? Why is it pink? Pulsar quartz. Yes! We need more of this, guys, no matter what. Like, we're gonna need a lot more of this eventually. So we definitely have to remember this. Like, there's okay, so there's definitely pulsar quartz on here, so we definitely need to come back here. Because that is going to play a huge part in our, in future developments, because pulsar quartz is from what I can remember, is a key component in teleporters. Yeah, there's aluminum in there too, but we're okay on aluminum. We're pretty well set. We have a good amount, so. But as I was saying, pulsar quartz is a key component to teleporters. So, if we want to build, I mean, one teleporter is probably going to be somewhat. I'm going to anticipate. I don't know for certain off the top of my head. I don't remember. Rather, I should say. fairly expensive, I would imagine. So if we're gonna have to build multiple of these, at least one at each of our major base locations. And we're not done building base locations, guys. I have a few other places in the back of my head, and possibly I'll find a few more. Possibly not in the places I intended them for, but I tend to what I tend to do as in terms of strategy is I tend to locate my bases in key areas. So like the lake area is one area, right? The area over by the I'll put a teleporter over by the rocket launch where I launch rockets from because it's a key strategic area. Probably actually now that I think about it, since that's so close to my waterfall area base, I'll probably put one at the waterfall base and then I will fly to the rocket launch site from there using the jetpack, and that will be one area, right? So the waterfall base will cover that area over there with the waterfalls, and the I'll probably put one over in this arch area over, where am I? Over here, guys, because it's a decent distance, and there's strategic resources like uranium and things like that over there. I'll definitely put one over right at the base I built right outside the super alloy mines. I'll put one in the iridium mines because that will put me, even though I already have a base right here at the top of the mountains, at the top of the cliff here that I can fly down. It's relatively close to either of these, so I can come from either direction. I don't know if I'm going to put one here in the zeolite mines. I just don't know yet. I might not. I have one up here. Low oxygen warning. Duh. Get inside, goofer. Freaking goofball. Trying to kill yourself? Um, tree bark. But first, before I forget, because I maintain that I have no use for these, I know I'm saying this now, but my heat is practically at a standstill, but I don't honestly believe, I mean, I could throw it down there, don't get me wrong, like, I could definitely trade it, like, use it. I could build an optimizer, right, and use it. In fact, I could build one of these, the tier 2 optimizers right now if I wanted to. I just don't know if I want to, guys. Maybe, okay, as I'm thinking about this, right, and I'm gonna suffer for this because it's gonna put off my plans for getting, because I really do feel like the best way you can, the only real way you accumulate um Terra tokens is either finding them in significant quantities and or selling fuses, right? Because otherwise, it kind of seems like the amounts you get are pretty pitiful. Yeah, they're pretty pitiful. So I have one thing of bacteria. Put that in there. A bioplastic nugget in there. Should I just make another, like, I could take a bag of fertilizer and make, like, hang on. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt, so might as well. Where'd I put that thing? Try my luck, guys, at the roulette table here. We won't know what we get until it's made, guys, so no sense worrying about it. How we doing? We could be doing better. Like, there's moments in the game when it just slows down and kind of feels a little grindy, which is not a bad thing per se, because you should feel that. If you fly through the game, I think you need to go to play on a harder difficulty. I'm playing on the normal mode, right? And like, I'm still grinding a little bit at various points here. Like, I've had like stuff I've flown through the first few, you know, stages. I flew through those relatively speaking, but I've slowed down with each progressive stage in terms of speed through the stage, and I'm officially in the grinder now, right? Like we're grinding to get to the next to breathable oxygen because it's a lot harder to do. It takes a lot longer, and these last few stages I imagine will probably be like that, which is fine. I feel like we've done a lot of like wandering around and not accomplished a lot this episode, so let's try to at least get something accomplished. I don't know what yet. I shouldn't say that like I don't know what I want to do, but I definitely do. I have ideas. So we need, yeah, so let's make a tree. Let's make a 3, guys. It'll be fun. I promise. We have 2 of these, so you. What's in here? Oh, okay. Good to know. I'm taking 2 extra tree bark with me in case I need them in the future at the other site. But my DNA manipulator is right here, guys. Oh, we have a pleoma tree built. So we can actually build that with our tree thingy instead of... Yeah, that'll work, right? Yeah. Do we have any new trees? 120, we need that Volnus. That's what the Volnus was for. The Amora tree. I needed it for the Amora tree. But the only places I know to get Volnus are in the Grand Cliffs area. Okay, the other thing we were going to do was make the tier 2 optimizer. 2 bags of explosive powder right there. Boom, done. A uranium rod and 3 obsidian. Do I have any obsidian here? Because I think I forgot to grab some on my way out. Like, do I have... Okay, I have a uranium rod. So I just need the obsidian. Did I bring any over here from my other trips? Doesn't seem like it. That's annoying, especially since I just came from a site that was loaded down with obsidian. But to be fair, I wasn't planning to build here in the first place, so it's not like it's that big of a surprise that I didn't do it, because I probably did it intentionally in the back of my head. Why is there a bacteria sample here? Did I put that in there? Whatever. So, we need 3 obsidian. We have none. I know there's obsidian down at the other site, so we probably should head there. I'm coming over here just to check on what's in my containers, what's in my storage here. Alright. I'm gonna load this with iron because I may use this as a waypoint for future trips over to other locations, and I'm gonna need iron. Well, I'm gonna need the iron down there too, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Oh boy. So let's see. Jokes aside, guys. Jokes and stupid and silly stuff aside, guys. It's really coming together. Like I feel like I made a lot of progress here. We've made a lot of progress here, guys. So it's looking good. The other good thing about this is like, now that I know I have all that, like, iron over there, like, I can build a lot more. Oop, don't need that. Okay. We can build a lot more. We can build a lot more platform here to kind of fill in the spaces we need to make it nice, and because I do want that to kind of square up a little bit to some extent. It's not going to be a perfect square. I have like, I want to build an extended pier out from the lake on the lakeside there, but that was the other thing I was going to do, guys, and I kind of dropped the ball on that one. Outdoor farm, guys. Outdoor farm. Yeah. Kind of want to do this right. Yeah. Like pleometry right there, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how wide the coverage is here, right? So how will I know if it's working? Like, do they just start popping out of the ground like little like pre-grown seed craps or whatever? Right. Forgot about that. Like, oh, here we go. That's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like those right there. Yeah. So that'll be cool. Right next to the bees. So we need, I want to do this outdoor farm, hopefully, before I forget again. So we need 2 bee larvae, a bag of tier 2 fertilizer, oh my gosh, a bag of tier 1 fertilizer, which is going to require other stuff. Were we making an optimizer? We were. We were going to make an optimizer here, guys. So let's do that real quick, which requires me to go over to the waterfall base. But we also need to do this thing, but this is going to take longer for the moment because I don't have any eggplant. I could get eggplant certainly, but I have everything I need for the optimizer. I want to get those numbers moving at least a little bit again. And if I use the optimizer now, take down the one I have over there, right? Disassemble it, or even if I leave it, it's fine, right? But do that, put in the heat fuse we got, and Bob's your uncle will have more heat, hopefully. The question is I don't remember what I built over there, or if I built the heat stuff over here, or where I put it all. Like, I have heaters somewhere, like a lot of them, but I don't know if they're just scattered all about in various bases and other things, or if I built a bunch of big ones, like the tier 4s, in a central location. And if I did that, it's over here. But since I haven't been coming this direction as much, per se, it's one of those things it's kind of hard to remember exactly what I did. And I'm not seeing heat generators here, guys, so I'm guessing this is not the location we did that all. Did we do it over at the biolab? As I'm thinking about this, I'm kind of like, the biolab's probably that location now that I think about it. Eggplant. The eggplant actually gives us what we need to make the fertilizer, I think. So that'll be helpful. Yep, okay. So let's go. Okay, that was a fail on my part. Dropped the ball there, forgot where I put stuff. It's okay, we'll bounce back. We also got that oxygen multiplier. Did we build one over here? Oh wow, we did. Okay. Okay. Do we take the Volnus plant, guys? I don't think so. I think we leave it because it's doing good work for us right now. So I think we leave it and we'll eventually find another Volnus plant. Can almost guarantee it. Like if we just keep our eyes open, we'll find one eventually. You guys may or may not have noticed by this point. I don't like once I build something to have to take it apart if I don't have to. If I can help it, I would prefer not to. Ooh, that's a find, guys. That's a find right there. If we had found some bee larvae in there too, we'd be set. We'd be all set, guys. That would be pretty spectacular. Some more sulfur. I want to take some sulfur with me over to the biolab because it's gonna be helpful long term as we generate more resources for ourselves. I do kind of feel the need to like build some more tier 2 or even the tier 1 extractors soon, guys. So that may be something we're gonna tackle here soon. But I don't know. We'll see. Head over to the biolab, get the set up. I think I put a bunch of those tier 4 heaters right next to the right just down the hill from the biolab, so I can plunk one of that tier 2. It feels a bit like a bit of a waste having it there because these things I think can take up to 3 fuses, and I don't have 3 heat fuses as much as I would like to. But I'll try to put another fuse of some kind in there potentially. Maybe it'll give us an added benefit later down the road for something else. I might find another heat fuse if I keep exploring derelict ships. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we come across, but we'll find something eventually. I can practically guarantee it at this rate. I mean, we've seen quite a bit as it is, so no sense worrying about it. So what I might end up doing here is we might. Too bad we don't have a power fuse. That would be handy. We could check our inventory up here. Oh, we do have these chests over here too. I forgot about these. Wow, okay, big. Oh, another heat fuse. Okay, now we're in business, guys. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with oils and stuff, and you know what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of some of this stuff we don't really need. I forgot about this area, guys. I built this over here, and I meant to as extra overflow storage, and I kind of forgot about it. So we've been running around doing unnecessary stuff like trying to find extra circuit boards and stuff, and me being the dope that I am, I kind of just forgot all this was here. I mean, we got a bag of explosive powder and some osmium and all this good stuff over here, guys. Like, just hanging out waiting for us to remember it exists. But we did find another heat fuse, guys, so that's huge. So I kind of don't feel the need to go get an oxygen fuse, to not sell the oxygen fuse at this point, because so many things give us good amounts of oxygen, guys. The fact that it's moving so slowly is just a testament to how far along we are with the oxygen. I mean, we're not cooking with oil by any means on heat right now. We're at 308,846.41. We're up there, guys. We're practically heat's done. If you guys don't remember, but heat's done. But the number helps. Helps drive that terraformation index number. So we're gonna keep pushing it. The ones we really need are pressure. We need more pressure fuses, but unfortunately I've been selling those like hotcakes. And The oxygen fuses, man. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe what I should have done was I should have switched out the oxygen, kept the oxygen. You know what? I'm having regrets now, guys. I'm having regrets coming all this way to do this when I could have just... Yeah, you know what? That's what we're doing. I have a stupid plan, but I don't know if this works like this either, so we're gonna find out real quickly. Does it highlight the two if I put it right there? Maybe? Wait, what? That worked? Oh wow, it does? It works on these buildings? Okay, that's different. Didn't know that. But that's a heck of a thing. How do I know what the effect is? How do I know what the effect is on the biodomes though? Like, if I go inside, is there a way for me to tell what the effect on the biodomes is? Like, how do I kind of want to know. Alright, that was weird. I really want to know now, guys. The other thing is like, with all this going on, like, we have these two heat fuses. We don't really need them. Now we can sell them. And the other thing we really could do is, if we really want to be industrious about this and make the most of it, we get those veggie tubes from the other location, and we move as many of them as we can. I mean, I don't know how many things what am I trying to say? Words. I don't necessarily know how many of these how many machines it affects all at once at one time individually, but it might be worth it to move some of those, or at the very least build new ones over here. You know what I'm saying? And like just move the plants over potentially. That's something else we could do. I think all my silicone that I have that I don't have to go pick up out of the ore extractor is over there. So it's 2 silicone and 1 water, so we need to run and get some water real quick. Alright, good. So the next question is how close can I get these things? Oh wait, I can't build down here. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. If I put it down there, I assume it probably wouldn't get the effect. This is kind of a poor spot to build this thing, to be fair. So what we'll do instead, do I have any iron on hand? No, not really. Oh wait, hang on. Go back in here. Circuit boards. No iron at all? Okay, fine. If I just make a little platform for it, will that work? Like, will that effectively, like, solve the issue here? Then I can build the little veggie tubes around on the platforms around it, maybe. And my, no, not that, goofer. There we go. Alright. And plus on the bonus side, like, I'm assuming because it's highlighted green, it's working on those things, so well, that's the assumption we're gonna roll with for now. Prove me wrong, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong here, because I need to know. All right, so is that gonna affect that too? Oh wait, it affects the biodome on the far side too. So does it not affect this veggie tube then? Because the veggie tube's not lighting up either. Okay, perfect. This better not ruin my yard work, guys. That's all I gotta say. Oh, silicone. Perfect timing. I needed more anyway, because I needed it for, yeah, that. Not that I'm lacking in silicone, because there's plenty of silicone all over the place, but. Alright, we got a second veggie tube we can throw down here. Let's go do that real quick. And then see where we're at. Hopefully this helps oxygen consumption, oxygen generation a little bit. That would be tremendous if it did. Alright, so do I need to take the fuse out to make that work on it again? Yep, probably. Apparently I do. Alright, so that's, assuming that's working on all these buildings as well, that should be a hefty boost. A decently hefty boost to our numbers. So we're at 807,736.88 parts per quadrillion per second, I guess. And we're at 12.81. Where do we need to be at on oxygen? 155 parts per million to be done with that unlocks. So, okay. What's our next unlock? 25? We're at 18. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there, guys. We're getting there slowly but surely. And thankfully, because of all that, we still want to build. Do we want to build another tier 2 tree? Perhaps? Like we have tree bark. What do we need for this? We need tree bark. The Volnus plant, man. We need that Volnus. That is gonna just eat at me. So, I guess what we'll do, guys, now that we've built our tier 2 oxygen multiplier optimizer, and yes, I do recognize the irony, guys, that I am the person that said I really didn't think I would need this thing, and now it's become something I've been focused on for this episode, for a whole episode practically. I'm well aware of the irony. But now that we have that here, we're gonna move. What we're probably gonna do is we'll double down on this. We will bring over some veggie tube, some of those tier 3 higher quality tier 3 veggie tubes, mainly the golden plant ones potentially, and we'll set them up around this thing out here and get the most bang for our buck off this machine. And we'll bring the other fuse over with it potentially, unless we can find others. And we'll add fuses to that to increase that percentage multiplier. So that's what we'll do next time. And in addition to that, while we're making those trips back and forth, because it's going to take probably 1 or 2 trips to bring as many as we want, as many as we can over, we will also be on the hunt for a Volnus plant. Because unless I absolutely can avoid it, I would rather not disassemble my take that Volnus plant out of the veggie tube, because it does give us 500%, guys. Like, that's not insignificant. So I guess next time the hunt for Volnus plants, and I will catch you guys later. Ciao for now.